Namaste, how are you? I've come up here with a long time gap, so you might be waiting my videos. Basically, I teach grammar and English composition. I want to emphasize on grammar at first because grammar is the backbone of your language. So, the root form of verb is a major concern of today. I'm going to teach you today verb and its type. So the topic of today is verbs. Verbs and its types. So that we can learn verb and its types. So in my today's class, I would like to describe about the introduction of verb, types of verb, and uses of verbs. You have to understand what is the verb, what is the introduction of the verb, what is verb, what is verb. A verb also expresses physical action such as jump, mental action such as guess, state of being such as exist. So these are the definition of verb that can be physical, mental, and state of being. Another, a verb is a word that describes what the subject of a sentence is doing. A verb is a word that describes what the subject of a sentence is doing. Understand? It means that sentence is primary in that shows how the verb is doing. So that verb describes what the subject of the sentence is doing. So this definition shows that verb is an action or that not only action but also it shows the mental action and a state of being. So these are the verbs. These are the definition of verbs. Let's go to the type of verbs. There are few types of verb. So today I would like to describe few of them in my first part. Irregular verb and irregular verbs. What is irregular verbs? Irregular verbs are those verbs whose past tense and past participle, you know, in my previous video, I have also described about regular verbs and irregular verbs. In regular verbs, past tense and past participle are formed by adding d or ed as the suffix to the end of the verb. For example, help, helped, helped. Help means verb 1, help means verb 2. Verb 2 is also called past, past tense, and helped. Another, this is called past participle. Play, played, played. Study, studied, studied. So this is the forms of regular verb that you have to add d or ed to the end of the verb. Let's go to irregular verb. Irregular verbs are those verbs that do not take ed or d ending for their past tense and past participle form. In irregular verb, you do not use ed or d to the end of the verb 2 and verb 3 in their past and past participle form. Past means verb 2, past tense means, and past participle means verb 3 form. You can see these are the different. Go, went, gone, take, took, taken, write, wrote, return. These are the difference. So regular verb, in irregular verb, verb 2 and verb 3 are similar, but irregular verb they are quite different. Okay, verb 1, verb 2, and verb 3 are different here. Let's talk about another type of verb, number 2. Number 1, what we have learned? We have learned in number 1 regular and irregular verb. Number 2, we have to discuss about auxiliary verbs. The auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs because it helps other, okay? It helps the main verb. Auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs because it helps the main verbs. They can add functional or grammatical meaning to the clause in which it occurs, so as to express tense, aspects, modality, voice, emphasis, etc. They basically assist the main verbs in the sentence to have a sense or meaning. So this definition tell you that auxiliary verb is the helping verb. It can help the main verb to give some meaning, okay? You have to understand this much. Auxiliary verbs are also called helping verb that they are using in the sentence to assist, to help the main verb to give the sense of meaning, to give a sense of meaning. You can see some example here. For example, I'm suffering from common cold. Here am is auxiliary verb and suffering is main verb. And am is also helping the main verb to give the meaning here. She will come, she will come soon. Come is main verb and will is a auxiliary verb. Here will help the main verb come to give the meaning. They were doing the best. They were doing their best. I have not completed the task yet. So this is auxiliary verb. And you can see there are two types of auxiliary verb. Auxiliary verbs are categorized into two types. That means auxiliary verbs are divided into two types. You can see primary and modal auxiliary verbs. The first type is primary auxiliary verbs. The primary auxiliary verbs helps to form various tenses, voices, and aspects of main verb. The auxiliary verbs are also called helping verbs. They can add functional or grammatical meaning to the clause. Clause means here sentence. So this definition says that primary auxiliary verb basically help the main verb. They can help the main verb in various forms, various tenses, voices. In various tense and in various voices, the primary verbs can help the main verbs. That's why it can be called as a helping verb. They can add functional or grammatical meaning to the clause. To the given sentence, it can give some meaning, okay? By helping the main verb, it can give some meaning. That's why primary auxiliary verb is the main thing here. Main thing to help the main verb for giving certain clues, certain meaning, certain ideas is that. Yes, you can see here the similar example here. I'm suffering from common cold. You have also, previous also same example here. She will come soon. They may be doing their best. I have not completed the task yet. So these are, you can see, am, will, may, have. Am, will, may, have they are called primary auxiliary verb. Again, there are three types of primary auxiliary verb. Primary auxiliary verbs have also three types. They can be called. First one is do verb. Okay, I can show the first type at the beginning. So there are three types of primary auxiliary verbs, do verbs. Do verbs are required to form negative or interrogative questions. We generally place not after do verbs and place do verbs before the sentence to make interrogative. The do verbs are do, does, and did. Again, this is quite important. Note it, remember, and listen carefully what I am telling. The do verbs are required to form negative and interrogative. You know, do verbs are very important to make negative and interrogative means question. We can use not after do verbs to make negative, and we can use these do verbs before the sentence to make the question, to make the interrogative. For instance, I do not support child labor. You can see do verb and if we put not here, then it's called negative. She did not complete her homework. He does not make a good plan. Did you help me? Sorry, did you help me? You can put did here before the sentence to make a question, interrogative. Does she support me? Note, after do verbs, never forget to place infinitive verb 1. Remember that after do, does, did, and after negative like that, you have to remember that you need to put verb 1 infinitive. You can see here verb 1 support, sub complete uh, verb 1, make verb 1, help verb 1, support verb 1, whatever, no problem. Do after do, does, did, you have to put infinitive or verb 1 in the sentence. There are three types of primary verbs. You can see forms of be verbs. Simple present, positive, I am, you are, she is, it is, he, she, it is, he, she, it is. Interrogative, am I, are you, is he, is she, is it, like that. Negative, I am not, you are not, he, she, it not, is not, he, she isn't, like that. Plural form, you are, we are, they are, I am I, are we, are you, are they. So these are the singular and these are the plural forms of be forms. You know, my dear students, be forms means is, am, are basically. Okay, be forms means here is, am, are. Likewise, be forms in past tense also there is be forms. In past tense there is a was and where are the be forms. You can see some example here. I was, you were, he, she, it was. This you in plural we were, you were, they were. In interrogative question, was I? In plural, were you, was he, she, it, were they? Like that. You have to make positive, interrogative, negative from the be forms. And you know, are you clear about that? There are be forms. They are is, am, are, and was, were. The forms, the forms of be verbs. Be with an adjective, be with prepositional phrase, be with noun phrase, be with modal verbs. These are some example. Again, I want to discuss about that. Be with adjective. The soup is very tasty. This is be verb and very tasty here is adjective. The child was hungry. Was is a be form, hungry is adjective. Mr. David was from United States. United States. Here, was is this we can say that be form, be verbs, and from here means prepositional phrase. Flowers are on the table. You can see are is the be forms, be verbs, And on means prepositional. On the table is prepositional phrase. Be with noun phrase. My mother is a nurse. Is the be forms and a nurse is a noun. Mr. Clinton was US president. Was is be forms and US president is the noun phrase. Infinitive be with modal verb will be, you can say infinitive be with modal verb. Modal verb means I'll tell you again later. Will, may, might, shall, can, must. These are called modal verbs, and we can use infinitive be with the modal verbs. For example, will be, maybe, might be, shall be, can be, must be. These are the example of infinitive be forms. Now we discuss have forms. The have verbs are used for the formation of perfect tense. For example, I have finished my homework. Present perfect. The girls had accomplished their performance. Past perfect. Mina will have gone completed our assignment by tomorrow. You can, there is slash, there may be slash. Mina will have completed her assignment by tomorrow. That is a, you can choose one verb here. I forgot to mention slash here because there must be slash here. Mina will have gone by tomorrow, or you can say that Mina will have completed her assignment by tomorrow. You can put slash because it's a mistake here. I forget to put a slash here. So now you understand that have verbs are basically present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect tense verbs. In which case we use have. Okay. Have verbs are, there are three types of have verbs. They are called have, has, and had. These are the these three verbs are called have verbs. What are they? Have, has, and had. Understand? Have oaks is verb one. So in such case, you can say that uh, these verbs sometimes use as main verb. Okay, these verbs can work as main verbs beside auxiliary verb because they are working in both cases, not only auxiliary verb but also main verb. In that case, have will be verb one, has is verb five, and had is considered as verb two. So they can play both main verb and auxiliary verb. Now we discuss another type that is called modal auxiliary verb. Modal auxiliary verbs are used for denoting request, permission, suggestion, possibility, probability, capability, obligation, willingness, or necessity of something happening. Modal auxiliary verbs cannot use as main verbs. Some example of modal verbs are can, could, shall, should, may, might, will, would, must, ought to. These are called modal auxiliary verbs. So they cannot use as main verb. They are only used as auxiliary verb, and it can give some request. Then can denote request, permission, suggestion, possibility, probability, capability, obligation. So these things can be suggested by the modal auxiliary verbs. You understand? So the main function of the modal auxiliary verbs to denote these things. Okay, permission, suggestion, possibility, probability, capability, obligation, etc. You can see some example. Some I can handle this job. This is called capability. You are capable of doing these things, capable of things. It might rain in the evening, probability not sure. In the evening it may rain or may not rain. That is a guessing. Okay, that is just guessing. It would be better if you did it the other way, suggestion. If you did it other way, that would be better. That means you are giving a suggestion. You must do that. Oh, obligation. Obligation means doing something by forcefully, complete, compulsory. You cannot escape that. Okay, you have to do it compulsory. That is called obligation. All the employees should follow the dress code strictly. That is necessity. That is a requirement of office. Okay, you have to wear uniform dress in a proper way. Otherwise, there will be punishment like that. Will you please come to my birthday party? That is a request. So these things I have underlined, these verbs I have underlined are all called modal auxiliary verbs. Can, might, would, must, should, will. So understand other also here how to. These are called modal auxiliary verb. All right, my dear students, this much for today. I'll come up again in the part two of verb types. Okay, types of verb and its uses. This is the first type I have prepared so far. So I'll come again with second part of verbs and its type. Till then, bye bye. Thank you. Take care.